With fighting now in its fifth day, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations is vowing the U.S. and its allies will keep ramping up sanctions on Russia until it backs down.
To the Russian officers and soldiers, I say, the world is watching. We will not let atrocities slide.
The Biden administration announcing another $350 million in military aid for Ukraine, including anti-armor and anti-aircraft systems.
One thing I think that Putin thought he could do was split NATO, creating a great aperture for him to be able to walk through. Right. And that hasn't happened.
Facing pressure to do more, the U.S. now, with the buy-in of Europe, is expelling some Russian banks from the SWIFT financial system, effectively barring them from international financial transactions. Part of an effort U.S. officials say will send the ruble into freefall. But some critics want the administration to go even farther.
They say they've sanctioned 80% of the banks in Russia. Well, Vladimir Putin controls 100% of the banks in Russia.
Former American diplomats who've met with Putin over the years say in recent days he's become increasingly unhinged. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg, who's speaking with President Biden today, telling NBC News Ukraine needs continued support as more Russian troops are coming.
I'd like to commend President Biden and the U.S. for stepping up. I also think that we need to have a more long-term adjustment, adaptation of NATO, responding to this new normal, the new security reality in Europe.
The U.S. is also sending Ukraine more humanitarian aid, $54 million worth of emergency food, clean water, and thermal blankets. Across the U.S., a growing backlash against Russian-made or branded products. The governors of 4 states banning vodka sales from state-run liquor stores. But the move is largely symbolic because few brands still produce their vodka in Russia, and some now distill it right here in the U.S. And there's also a new warning for Americans visiting and living in Russia. The State Department says commercial airlines are canceling flights in and out of Russia, so Americans should consider leaving there while they can. Savannah?
And of course, the State of the Union is tomorrow. Certainly we'll hear about this. Also, you've got some news about preparations for the State of the Union.
Yeah, that's right. Security preparations. Capitol Police there, Savannah, have now reinstalled that same fencing that was put up around the Capitol for months after the January 6th riot last year in anticipation of possible protests that could collide with the president's State of the Union address tomorrow. The Pentagon has now approved requests to deploy hundreds of National Guard troops to help police there with traffic control tomorrow night. Savannah?
All right, Peter, thank you. And of course, NBC News will have live coverage of the president's State of the Union address tomorrow night, and we'll be live in Washington Wednesday morning here on Today with complete reaction.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.